Every AI chat has a price tag that you'll never see.
Wait, what?
You probably don't think about the environment when you open ChatGPT. Why would you? You type a question, get an answer, and move on. But every time you ask ChatGPT 20 questions, about half a liter of clean water is used just to cool the servers. And that's just you. Multiply that by millions of people. Rivers drying up, energy needs higher than the entire country of the Netherlands, not enough data centers. That sounds sad, huh? You might be thinking, why has no one ever talked about this before? Yeah, I thought the same thing. So I really want to have a conversation. By the end, you and my puppy are going to understand 3 things. 1, how AI impacts our planet. 2, what tech companies and governments are doing about it. And 3, why this very thing causing this problem might also be our best shot at cooling down the planet. Yep, an Uno reverse card. High five. Yeah, good job. Okay, he only wants me for the treats. But before we get started, if these kinds of videos are helpful to you, please hit that subscribe button. Apparently my dog only wanted to play Frisbee. So let's start with the ugly truth. Our digital lives is a big problem for the environment, and the AI boom is running on coal, water, and electric, not magic. I'm just gonna rapid fire some facts here on the top of my head because there's no gentle way to ease into this. The first is training a single GPT-sized model uses as much electric as 120 American homes would use in a year. That's just one model, one training run. Now imagine dozens of companies all doing that over and over and over again. Now, once these models are live, every 20 to 50 prompts you send uses enough water to fill a bottle just to keep the servers from overheating. Last year, Microsoft alone used over 2 billion gallons of water to cool its AI data centers. Along the same lines, Google's water usage has jumped 88% since 2019, and cities near data centers are already reporting water shortages, literally going hours without running water. In the United States, not some far-off country.
This is our cold water pressure in the kitchen. This is where I fill up water for storage. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center.
The more these servers need, the more they're pulling from the same sources that we drink from. But it's not just water. Each ChatGPT prompt uses about 10 times more electricity than a Google search. Multiply that by billions of prompts and the numbers get out of control really fast. AI data centers already consume about 1.5% of all the world's electricity, and in just 2 years will surpass the entire country of the Netherlands. By 2028, data centers are projected to utilize 12% of the United States electricity, more than every US factory combined. And training a GPT model released emissions equal to burning 2.7 million pounds of coal. But to top it all off, so we get a full perspective, 97% of AI energy usage isn't even you or me using the chatbots. It's enterprise AI, recommendation engines, and training new models. So ultimately, your Netflix suggestions, your TikTok feed, that invisible infrastructure is the biggest drain that's burning the planet. Big tech and government knows this truth because AI's energy appetite is just insane and outpacing everything they planned for. Google's emissions are up 48% since 2019, Microsoft's up 29%, and despite the green branding, this growth is outpacing every sustainability promise they've ever made. It's not necessarily their fault, they just couldn't predict this. So we can't trust those promises of zero emissions because they're actually going backwards. So what's being done about it? Well, let me focus on the US here because most of the AI companies are based in the US. The US government has officially greenlit nuclear energy as the backbone of future AI infrastructure. Now, for decades, nuclear energy was way off the table, way too political, too risky, too radioactive, literally. And I really get the concern. The risks are real. But I've also lived in Europe where they've been using nuclear safely for decades. When it comes to powering AI, wind, solar, and geothermal just can't keep up on their own. I've spoken at AI summits about this exact issue, and as much as I don't love it, this is probably the most practical decision, in my opinion. Like it or not, nuclear energy is the only clean energy source that can meet AI's exploding demand at the speed we need it. Otherwise, we're going back to fossil fuels. I guess pick your poison. And companies are already betting big here. All of the major companies have invested in nuclear startups. That doesn't make me feel good, actually, calling anything a nuclear startup. What are people thinking? But Microsoft is even reopening the infamous 3 Mile Island nuclear site, the symbol of the 70s, to promote anti-nuclear initiatives. Yeah, I gotta admit, I don't know how I feel about that one. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. It's like us reopening Chernobyl and saying, don't worry, this time will be different. But all of these initiatives I am talking about here, there's a hidden message woven in between all of it. When you look up recent official US government policy initiatives on AI, you will notice that every move the US makes is purely to keep the lights on. It doesn't address the environmental impact of AI at all. Meanwhile, the EU and even China have brought attention to this issue, which really doesn't make me feel very good as an American, because ultimately, what good is AI if we're going to destroy the planet that we have to live on? Now, here's where the story starts to be positive, because we need some positivity in our lives. We've been dealing with climate change for a very long time, way before AI boomed. So those AI systems straining the planet right now might also be the best tools we have to save it. Take Google, for example. Its AI is helping wind farms predict energy production more accurately based off of weather patterns, saving the equivalent of taking 700,000 cars off the road, all by timing when to send energy to the grid. Or look at methane. It traps 80 times more heat than CO2, and for years, methane leaks went completely unnoticed. But now, AI-powered satellites are spotting and stopping them in real time. In Brazil, AI-guided drones are reforesting damaged ecosystems 100 times faster than humans. They're dropping 180 seed pods a minute, covering areas it would have taken us years to restore. Then there are wildfires. New AI prediction models can warn us 30 minutes before flames start spiraling out of control, giving firefighters a chance to stop them before they get too far. And even inside the data centers themselves, AI is optimizing water usage to cool the systems. In some cases, they've already saved up to 40%. That's actually my favorite use case, to be honest. So here's where we're at. AI isn't slowing down. The energy demand is only going up. Water systems are being redesigned, and entire power grids are being re-engineered just to keep up with this energy need. Most people have no idea any of this is happening, but now you do, and have more influence than you think. Choose AI tools wisely. There are some that are far more energy efficient than others. For example, Grok AI allegedly uses 25 times less energy per query than ChatGPT. You can support transparency by backing companies that actually disclose their emissions and water usage. But most importantly, spread this conversation. The more we talk about this, the more pressure there is on companies to do right by us. I want to end with a reference from Bug's Life, where the grasshopper basically told the other grasshoppers, if the ants realized that they outnumbered us, we wouldn't have power anymore. Whether you realize it or not, every decision you make with AI shapes how this technology evolves, especially when we work in numbers. If we demand it, we will get to decide the kind of world we're living in a decade from now. So let me ask you, what shocked you more? The environmental cost, or the fact that AI might actually be our best shot at fixing the damage we've already done? Drop a comment, hit subscribe, especially if you want to see my puppy again, and share this with someone who's been hyped on AI but hasn't thought about what's powering it all. And if you leave a comment, I'll bring my dog back. This is all part of the plan. I had him leave intentionally. He totally wanted to stay and listen to my video, but I had to kind of create some suspense for the views. It's probably gonna get 1,000 views, like probably not.